Hello everyone, I am here with another amazing live session with Vapi, and our topic is importance of time management and consistency. I am Maria, facilitator at Rehan School Online Academy, learning human networking and AI. So let's start our conversation without wasting time. Let's welcome our guests. Hello Vapi, can you hear me?
Hey, Maria, nice to meet you. Yep, I can hear you loud and clear. Let's dive into this conversation about time management and consistency. It's a topic that's always relevant, especially in today's fast paced world. So, what's on your mind?
My first question is, what does time management mean to human life?
Time management is like the GPS for your life. It's all about making the most of the 24 hours we have each day. When you manage your time effectively, you can prioritize what's important, stay organized, and reduce stress. It's like being the conductor of your own life orchestra, making sure everything plays in harmony.
How do we prioritize our daily tasks?
Well, prioritizing tasks is like being a chef in a busy kitchen. You've got to decide which dish needs to be cooked first, which can wait a bit, and which needs to be served hot off the stove. One way to prioritize is to use the Eisenhower matrix, which helps you categorize tasks based on their urgency and importance. It's like creating a recipe for success in your daily routine.
What tools and techniques do we use for time management?
There are tons of tools and techniques out there like to do lists, calendar apps, time blocking, Pomodoro technique, and even good old pen and paper. It's like having a toolbox full of different gadgets to fix your time management hiccups. The key is to find what works best for you and stick with it.
How do we handle interruption and distraction during our work?
Interruptions and distractions, the sneaky ninjas of productivity. One way to handle them is to set boundaries, like letting people know when you need uninterrupted focus time. Also, finding a quiet workspace and using tools to block distracting websites can help. Teacher. It's all about creating your own fortress of focus to fend off those productivity pirates.
What strategies do we use to ensure our meet deadlines?
Meeting deadlines is like preparing for a big event. You got to plan ahead, break the task into smaller chunks, and set mini deadlines for each part. It's also important to communicate with others involved and be realistic about what you can accomplish in the time available. It's like being the conductor of a symphony, making sure everyone plays their part at the right time.
Can you describe a situation where poor time management affected our work and personal life?
Oh, definitely. Poor time management can turn your work and personal life into a crazy roller coaster ride. Picture this: you're swamped with work, deadlines are looming, and you're constantly stressed. This spills over into your personal life, making you feel overwhelmed and unable to enjoy your free time. It's like being stuck in a time warp where there's never enough time for anything.
How do we plan our day, week, or month ahead?
Planning ahead is like creating a roadmap for your life. It's like being a strategic general plotting out your battle plan. You can start by setting aside time at the beginning of each day, week, or month to review your goals and schedule tasks. It's like being your own personal time architect, designing the blueprint for success.
What role does goal setting play in time management?
Goals are like the North Star of time management. They give you direction and purpose. When you set clear, specific goals, you can prioritize your tasks and stay focused on what's important. It's like having a destination in mind when you're on a road trip. Goals give your time management journey a sense of purpose and direction.
How do we balance long term and short term goals?
Balancing long term and short term goals is like juggling oranges and coconuts at the same time. You've got to keep an eye on the big picture while also handling the immediate tasks. One way to do this is to break down long term goals into smaller, actionable steps that you can work on in the short term. It's like laying stepping stones to reach your long term goals while also dodging the oranges and coconuts.
How do we ensure that we have time for both work and leisure activities?
Balancing work and leisure activities is like being a master chef juggling different dishes in the kitchen. One way to ensure you have time for both is to schedule leisure activities, just like you would schedule work tasks. It's all about creating a balanced menu for your day, so you can enjoy a delicious blend of work and play.
What are some common time wasters? How do we avoid them?
Oh, time visitors are like unexpected guests at a party. Some common ones include procrastination, multitasking, and poor planning. To avoid them, you can set clear goals and deadlines, eliminate distractions, and prioritize tasks. It's like setting up a velvet rope to keep those time visitors from crashing your productivity party.
How do we track our progress on tasks and projects?
Tracking progress is like keeping score in a game. You can use tools like to-do lists, project management software, or even simple spreadsheets to track your tasks and projects. It's like creating your own progress report to see how far you've come and what's left to tackle.
How do we handle tasks that are not urgent but important?
Handling tasks that are not urgent but important is like taking care of a potted plant. You need to give them attention and care, even if they're not screaming for it. One way to handle these tasks is to schedule dedicated time for them in your calendar. It's like giving those important tasks their own little spot in the sun so they can thrive and grow.
What is the importance of delegation in time management?
Delegation is like having your own team of time management superheroes. It allows you to focus on the most important tasks while others handle the rest. It's like being the captain of a ship, assigning different crew members to manage specific tasks while you steer the ship toward your goals.
How do we decide which task to delegate?
Deciding which tasks to delegate is like assembling a dream team for your time management mission. You can delegate tasks that are time-consuming but not necessarily require your specific expertise. It's like putting together a puzzle where each piece fits best with the right person to handle it.
What is the importance of delegation in time management?
Delegation is like having your own team of time management superheroes. It allows you to focus on the most important tasks while others handle the rest. It is like being the captain of a ship, assigning different crew members to manage specific tasks while you steer the ship toward your goals.
How do we manage time in team setting?
Managing time in a team setting is like conducting an orchestra. You need to ensure that everyone is in sync and playing their part. You can use tools like shared calendars, regular check-ins, and clear communication to coordinate tasks and deadlines. It's like being the conductor, making sure everyone hits the right notes at the right time.
How do we decide? How do we manage time in team set? No, what is the impact of procrastination on time management?
In the context of team time management, it's important to prioritize tasks, set clear deadlines, and communicate effectively to ensure everyone is on the same page. As for the impact of progress on time management, seeing progress can boost motivation and help you stay on track with your time management goals. It's like getting a little pat on the back for staying on course.
How do we stay focused on tasks for extended periods?
Staying focused on a task for extended periods is like training for a marathon. It takes practice and discipline. One way to do this is to use techniques like time blocking, taking regular breaks, and eliminating distractions. It's like running a mental marathon, pacing yourself to stay focused for the long haul.
How do we ensure that we take regular breaks without affecting productivity?
Taking regular breaks is like recharging your mental batteries. You can use techniques like the Pomodoro method, where you work for a set amount of time and then take a short break. It's like giving your brain a chance to catch its breath so you can come back refreshed and ready to tackle the next task.
How do we manage time when we have multiple deadlines at once?
When you're facing multiple deadlines, it's like being a master juggler. You can start by prioritizing the tasks based on urgency and importance, then break them down into smaller, manageable chunks and tackle them one at a time. It's like juggling multiple balls, but making sure none of them drop.
What are some effective ways to say no to non-essential tasks?
Saying no to non-essential tasks is like decluttering your to-do list. You can politely explain that you have other commitments and offer an alternative solution, like suggesting someone else who can handle the task. It's like Marie Kondoing your to-do list, keeping only the tasks that spark joy and serve your goals.
How do we manage our energy level throughout the day?
Managing your energy level throughout the day is like being a battery that needs recharging. You can do this by getting enough sleep, staying hydrated, taking short breaks, and incorporating physical activity into your routine. It's like being your own energy manager, making sure you stay charged and ready to tackle whatever comes your way.
What is the role of technology in time management?
Technology is like your personal assistant in the world of time management. It can help you stay organized with calendar apps, task management tools, and time tracking software. It's like having a Swiss Army knife of productivity in your pocket, ready to help you stay on top of your tasks and schedule.
How do we handle unexpected tasks and emergencies?
Handling unexpected tasks and emergencies is like being a firefighter ready to spring into action. You can stay flexible and be prepared to shift your priorities. It's like having a plan B ready to go in case of a sudden plot twist in your day.
How do we set our boundaries to protect our time?
Setting boundaries to protect your time is like building a fence around your schedule. You can communicate your availability and preferred working hours to others and learn to say no to requests that don't align with your priorities. It's like creating a safe zone for your time where you can focus on what's important to you.
How do we ensure that meetings are productive, not time wasting?
Showing that meetings are productive is like being a movie director who wants to make sure every scene counts. You can set clear agendas, establish goals for the meeting, and follow up with action items afterward. It's like making sure that every minute spent in a meeting moves the plot forward rather than just filling time.
How do we incorporate time for learning and development into our schedule?
Incorporating time for learning and development is like planting seeds for future growth. You can schedule dedicated time for reading, taking courses, or attending workshops. It's like tending to your own personal garden of knowledge, making sure it continues to flourish and grow.
How do we manage time in remote work environment?
Managing time in a remote work environment is like being a captain of a ship in uncharted waters. It's important to establish a routine, set boundaries, and create a designated workspace to help separate work from personal life. It's like steering your ship through the remote work sea, making sure you stay on course and reach your destination.
How do we plan for and manage time off or vacations?
Planning for and managing time off location is like being a travel agent for your own life. You can use tools like shared calendars, communicate your plans with your team, and ensure that tasks are delegated or completed before you leave. It's like making sure everything is in place before you embark on your time off adventure.
Now we move forward towards the importance of consistency. My first question is, what does consistency means
Absolutely.
to human life in context of work and personal goals?
Consistency in the context of work and personal goals means staying committed and steady in your efforts over time. And it's like building a sturdy bridge to reach your goals by consistently taking small steps forward and staying true to your commitments.
How do we build and maintain consistent habits?
Building and maintaining consistent habits is like training for a marathon. You can start by setting specific achievable goals, creating a routine, and tracking your progress. It's like laying down the bricks of a solid foundation, so your habits become second nature.
What are benefits of being consistent in our work?
Being consistent in our work is like being a reliable friend. It helps build trust with others, creates a sense of reliability, and leads to improved efficiency and quality of work. It's like being the steady hand that keeps the ship sailing smoothly through the work waters.
How do we stay motivated to be consistent?
Staying motivated to be consistent is like keeping a campfire burning. You can set clear goals, remind yourself of the benefits of consistency, and celebrate your progress along the way. It's like adding fuel to the fire to keep the motivation flames alive and burning.
Can you give example of a time when consistency lead to success?
Absolutely. Let's take the example of a musician who practices consistently every day. Over time, their skills improve and they become more confident in their abilities. This consistency leads to success as they are able to perform at a high level and achieve their goals in the music industry. It's like hitting the right notes over and over again until they become a symphony of success.
What challenges do we face in maintaining consistency?
Maintaining consistency can be like walking a tightrope. It's easy to get off balance with distractions, self-doubt, and competing priorities. It's like trying to juggle multiple balls and not dropping any. But with determination and focus, it's possible to overcome these challenges and stay consistent in your efforts.
How do we measure consistency in our tasks and goals?
Measuring consistency in our tasks and goals is like tracking the number of times you show up to the gym. You can use tools like progress trackers, journals, or apps to monitor your efforts over time. It's like keeping score of your consistency so you can see how far you've come and identify areas for improvement.
How do we ensure consistency in quality of our work?
Ensuring consistency in the quality of our work is like being a chef who wants to serve the same delicious dish every time. You can create clear standards and processes. Regularly review your work and seek feedback from others. It's like following a recipe to ensure that every dish you serve is consistently top-notch.
How do we recover from a lapse in consistency?
Recovering from a lapse in consistency is like getting back on track after taking a detour. You can start by reflecting on what caused the lapse, adjusting your approach, and recommitting to your goals. It's like hitting the reset button and getting back in the game with renewed focus and determination.
How do we balance consistency with need for flexibility?
Balancing consistency with the need for flexibility is like walking a tightrope while juggling. It's important to stick to your commitments and routines, but also be willing to adapt to unexpected changes. It's like being a flexible acrobat who can gracefully navigate through the unexpected twists and turns while still staying on course.
What role does discipline play in maintaining consistency?
Discipline is like the fuel that keeps the consistency engine running. It helps you stay focused and committed to your goals even when it's tempting to stray off course. It's like having a personal coach who keeps you on track and accountable for your actions.
How do we stay consistent when working towards long-term goals?
Staying consistent when working towards long-term goals is like running a marathon. You can break down your goals into smaller manageable tasks and create a routine that you can stick to over time. It's like taking small steps every day, knowing that each one brings you closer to the finish line.
How do we handle situations where external factors disrupt our consistency?
Handling situations where external factors disrupt our consistency is like being a surfer riding a wave. You can adapt to the changes, stay focused on your goals, and find ways to work around the disruption. Looks like there was a little interruption there. It happens. So as I was saying, handling disruptions to consistency is like being a surfer riding a wave. You can adapt to the changes, stay flexible, and find ways to get back on track once the disruption has passed. It's all about riding the wave and staying balanced even when the waters get choppy.
What strategies do we use to maintain consistency in our personal life?
Maintaining consistency in your personal life is like being the conductor of your own orchestra. You can establish daily routines, set clear boundaries, and prioritize self-care. It's like orchestrating a beautiful melody of consistency that helps you stay balanced and focused in your personal life.
How do we ensure that our team maintains consistency?
Ensuring that your team maintains consistency is like being the coach of a sports team. You can set clear expectations, provide regular feedback, and lead by example. It's like being the captain of the ship, making sure everyone stays on course and works together towards a common goal.
How do we communicate importance of consistency to others?
Communicating the importance of consistency to others is like being a storyteller. You can share examples of how consistency leads to success and explain the benefits of reliable and dependable work. It's like painting a picture that helps others understand how consistency can lead to positive outcomes. Looks like you got cut off there. If you have any more questions or need further assistance, feel free to ask. I'm here to help.
Yes. How do we manage consistency across different projects and responsibilities?
Managing consistency across different projects and responsibilities is like conducting a symphony with multiple instruments. You can create standardized processes, communicate clear expectations, and prioritize tasks based on their importance and urgency. It's like ensuring that each project plays its part in harmony with the others, creating a cohesive and consistent overall performance.
What impact does consistency have on building trust and credibility?
Consistency is like the cornerstone of building trust and credibility. When you consistently deliver high-quality work and follow through on your commitments, others are more likely to trust you and see you as reliable and credible. It's like building a solid foundation of trust, one consistent action at a time.
How do we stay consistent in our communication with others?
Staying consistent in communication is like being a good neighbor. You can actively engage with others, listen to their needs, and follow through on your promises. It's like being a reliable friend who's always there when others need support and communicates openly and honestly.
How do we ensure that our routines do not become monotonous?
To ensure that teams do not become monotonous, you can encourage creativity and innovation, introduce new challenges and projects, and foster a positive and supportive work environment. It's like adding a dash of spice to keep things interesting and engaging, while also maintaining consistency and quality and performance.
How do we track our consistency over time?
You can track your consistency over time by maintaining records of your performance, setting specific goals and milestones, and regularly reviewing your progress. It's like keeping a journal of your consistency journey so you can see how far you've come and identify areas for improvement.
How do we adjust our approach when we find that consistency is not yielding desired results?
When you find that consistency is not yielding the desired results, it's like being a gardener who needs to adjust their watering schedule. You can reassess your goals, seek feedback, and experiment with new approaches. It's like tweaking the recipe until you find the right balance that leads to the desired outcomes.
How do we stay consistent in face of setbacks or failures?
Staying consistent in the face of setbacks or failures is like being a marathon runner who encounters a hurdle. You can stay resilient, learn from the experience, and refocus on your goals. It's like picking yourself up and continuing the race, knowing that setbacks are just temporary roadblocks on the path to success.
How do we balance need for consistency with creativity and innovation?
Balancing the need for consistency with creativity and innovation is like being a chef who wants to create new dishes while still maintaining the quality of the signature ones. You can encourage creative thinking and experimentation while still upholding certain standards and processes. It's like adding new flavors to the menu while ensuring that the quality and consistency remain the backbone of the culinary experience.
How do we maintain consistency in our self care routine?
Maintaining consistency in sales is like being a skilled archer aiming for the bullseye every time. You can create a standardized sales process, set clear goals, and regularly track your performance. It's like aiming for the target with precision and making sure that every shot counts.
How do we ensure consistency in meeting deadlines?
To ensure consistency in meeting deadlines, you can use tools like project management software, prioritize tasks, set realistic timelines, and communicate regularly with team members. It's like being a conductor who keeps the orchestra playing in harmony, making sure that every task hits the right note at the right time.
How do we manage consistency in dynamic and fast-paced environment?
Managing consistency in a dynamic and fast-paced environment is like being a skilled juggler. You can stay agile, adapt to changes, and maintain clear communication. It's like juggling different tasks, keeping them all in the air and making sure none of them drop.
What role does planning play in maintaining consistency?
Planning plays a crucial role in maintaining consistency. It's like creating a roadmap for your journey. You can set clear goals, establish routines, and prioritize tasks. It's like having a blueprint that helps you stay on course and ensure that you're consistently moving towards your desired outcomes.
How do we celebrate and reward consistent behavior?
To recognize and reward consistent behavior, you can offer praise and acknowledgement, provide opportunities for growth and development, and celebrate achievements. It's like giving a pat on the back and a gold star to those who consistently demonstrate dedication and commitment to their work.
How do we ensure consistency does not lead to burnout?
To ensure that consistency does not lead to burnout, you can encourage work-life balance, promote regular breaks and time off, and provide support and resources for managing stress. It's like taking care of the engine so it can keep running smoothly without overheating.
Thank you for your cooperation and thank you so much for giving us wonderful information. Time of our live session has ended. See you soon in another live session with another amazing topic. Goodbye.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure discussing the importance of time management and consistency with you. I'm glad I could provide valuable information. See you soon in another live session. Goodbye and take care.